Dear friends, many years ago, a young boy came to me. He was all in tears. He was schooling actually. He came late in the evening. And he said, Father Henry, I do not want to go to school at all. I don't want to go to school. Why, Jeevan? What happened to you? See, teacher says, there is nothing in my head. My parish priest also says, there is nothing in my head. Then why should I go to school? I am not going to go to school hereafter. You have been humiliated, insulted. I called him close to me. I held his head, shook it. Then I told him, Jeevan, who told you your head has nothing? It is full, man, fully packed. Go back, study. Every day apply yourself. Try to go to church every day and also pray. Come and tell me after 3 months what is happening to you. The boy thought for a while, went back. Today, this boy has become an engineer, married a nursing superintendent, and today both of them are working in Saudi Arabia. This gentleman is earning not less than 5 lakh rupees every month. And his wife also is earning equally. Is it possible? It is. It is possible. Truth is not something what we say 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 1 is 2. That is not exactly the truth. Truth is relationship. Truth is empowerment. Truth is to be what we ought to be. Truth is what God ought to be, what they are called to be. And that is exactly is the truth. But sadly, there is so much of lie and falsehood and fakehood in the world today. A boy, was sent to me from a school that he is notorious for. He is incorrigible. You can't correct him. What is the problem? Problem is he was absent for 3 days from the school, loitering around, going into all the theatres, but not in the school. The day he returned, he was asked what happened. My grandmother died. And they went to visit him, visit his home. Grandmother is alive. Look at the lie that is there. And another little boy. Here his marks list was given. And in that everywhere it was marked red, marked red. And she was asked, what's the matter? Why have you done this? And he said, Mummy, they are not red marks. They are lipstick marks for my teacher. They are lipstick marks for my teacher. Look at the boy, how he would excuse himself. Some time ago, a beggar came to me. He is physically challenged, moving around in a 3-wheeler. And he came and cried. And said, what is the matter? My mother passed away. My mother passed away. We had in the close by a minor seminary. We called the rector and I told him, Father, please go with him and see what is the need. See if we can help him out. We went to his house. The father went to his house and he found the mother is alive. And who has died here? And the mother was told, he came and told us, you have passed away. She is alive. Look at this. And he has no qualms in saying what he wanted to say. Only for little money, he declares that his mother is dead. Dear friends, truth should be the core of life of every person. There is far too much fake news, falsehood, lies. Lies and fakehood should have no place in the lives of people. Why? Jesus said, I am the way, I am the life, and the truth. John's Gospel, chapter 14, verse 8. Verse 6, I am the way, life, and the when he attended the World Youth Day in Madrid. He addressed a group of seminarians and priests in a monastery. And he said, Jesus is the truth. What it means is, in Jesus alone, we have the meaning of our life, the goal of our life, and our salvation. And that is the truth. The truth is not merely geographical, mathematical truth. The truth is existential, factual, living truth. And Jesus is the way, life, and the truth. Who all those who accept Him will live. They will live forever. And that's why it is the truth. And same Jesus in the 8th chapter of John's Gospel, in the 32nd, 33rd verse, He would say, you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. So each of us and all of us need to be inspired by truth, who is nothing else but Jesus Himself. Jesus Himself is the truth. And this truth has to be explored by reading the Bible, by holy books, great writers, and looking at the lives of great persons as to how they lived honestly in truth. You heard about the famous mayor of New York. He was mayor for over 10 years in that large city during the Second World War. And mayors there have an authority to also to be judicial officers. Actually, the second airport there in New York is named after him, LaGuardia. Fiorello LaGuardia. I think he is originally from France. As the mayor, on a Sunday, he was presiding over in the court. And a case came before him. And the case was that of an elderly woman. An elderly woman, an Aji, stole 3 loaves of bread from a bakery. And she was caught. And she was brought before this mayor. And mayor solemnly asked her, Grandma, did you really steal 3 loaves? Did you really do it? Woman said, yes, sir. I'm very sorry. I stole 3 loaves of bread because my 3 grandchildren were hungry at home. It was the Second World War, time of Great Depression. Great Depression. There was so much of poverty everywhere. And due to that, she said, I had to steal 3 loaves. He became more serious. And he said, woman, you have made a big mistake. You stole 3 loaves, for which you shall pay a penalty of $10. Thereafter, he looked at the people gathered in the courtroom and he said, shame on us who are living in the city of New York, where an elderly woman had to steal 3 loaves to feed her grandchildren. Shame on us that we are living in this city. Insensitive. Then he said, everybody here will contribute something towards the penalty of this woman. He put his hand into his pocket, took out $10 bill and put it into his hat and passed on the hat. They collected about $55. From that, $10 were paid as penalty for the woman, and the rest of $45 or so were given to the woman. He called the woman, take this money and take some food for your grandchildren. And that is truth. That is justice. That is speaking with the heart. To be compassionate, to be kind, to be open. Pope Francis, in the message for the World Communications Day, which we celebrated on the Ascension Sunday, Pope Francis says, you speak from your heart, but speak the truth. Actually, it is a quotation from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 5. It's a quotation from there. You speak from your heart truth. You speak the truth, and that is what exactly the truth is. And he urges us not to tell lies, not to divide people, not to be intolerant, not to divide people based on caste, creed and color, but respect all people. Respect all people, at all levels, at all times. That should be the deeper respect that we have for others. I remember, dear friends, I was attending the tricentenary of the Milagres parish in Udupi diocese. That time, Archbishop Matthias was the Archbishop of Bangalore and the President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India. He was the chief guest. And the other chief guest was Mr. Ramesh Pai of the Manipal group of institutions. After the function, we were waiting for food, and that time this Archbishop asked Ramesh Pai, Mr. Pai, you have two big medical colleges, one in Manipal, other one in Bangalore. Each one is not having not less than 300 admissions every year, you can imagine. For MBBS, 300. Normally they have 250. There they have 300 each. And they have colleges, they have syndicate bank with them, and many other institutions. How do you manage so many institutions? You know what Ramesh Pai said? He said, I follow two principles. First principle, he said, anybody coming to me with any problem or anything, when I am seated in my office, I will make them to sit down before me. I will make them to sit down before me. Be it a sweeper or a cleaner, will sit before me and talk to me in dignity, with respect, with honor. And secondly, he took out a small diary and he said, I am organized completely in my diary. What I need to do, how to do it, it's all there. Dear friends, that is communication. Communication is respect. Communication is relationship. Communication is building community. And that's exactly what we are called upon to do, Pope Francis reminds us. I would like to conclude with a little exercise which you will do as I do. Will you do it? Yes? All of you touch your heads. If you really communicate truth for relationship, through the heart to communicate truth, what will happen to you? Touch your heads. Dreams in our mind. Say, dreams in our mind. Dreams in our mind. Compassion in our eyes. Compassion in our eyes. Say, dreams in our mind. Compassion. Listening in our ears. Listening in our ears. Again, dreams in our mind. Compassion. Listening. Truth in our mouth. Truth in our mouth. Come on. Dreams in our mind. Compassion. Listening. Truth. Love in our heart. Love in our heart. Come on. Dreams. Dreams in our minds. Compassion in our eyes. Listening in our ears. Truth in our mouth. Joy in our face. Love in our heart. Relationship, rather, service in our limbs. Service in our limbs. Come on, go back again. Dreams, compassion, listening, truth, joy, love, and service, and in life, relationship. In life, relationship. You have this, you will always be communicating authentically, truthfully, with a listening heart. God bless you, God bless me, God bless you.